into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark and Las Vegas Aces coach Becky Hammon. Last night they played a game, the Aces, and they won the game. And she had an interview post-game, and she was asked about parity in the WNBA. Now, oddly enough, not only did she refuse to give Caitlin Clark credit, technically speaking, she didn't even have to bring Clark into this because it was asking about parity, not popularity necessarily. But Becky Hammon, evidently Caitlin Clark is living rent-free in both Asia Wilson and Becky Hammon's head, because she brings Clark into the conversation and she gets absolutely destroyed over it, because people can see, and we're going to watch a video, people can see the hate and the animosity oozing out of skin pores with these two women. And frankly, it's pretty appalling. I mean, it's amazing. And if you want to talk about popularity, I'll show you something in a minute. In fact, we'll just look at it now. This is YouTube searches. The blue line is the WNBA. The red line is Caitlin Clark. And you can see right there. Look at that. March 31 to April 6th. The interest was a 10 for the WNBA. It was a 100 for Caitlin Clark. And it looked, they got real close. April 14th, a 95 to a 91. Caitlin Clark still drew more interest than the actual league. And you've heard me say this over the last month. Caitlin Clark's brand is bigger than the WNBA. And people don't want to hear that. And that proves it right there. Who's drawing the interest? It's nuts. So, here we go. Athlon Sports. Asia Wilson, they won their game. They're 4-1, 80-66 over the Lynx. Wilson had 29 points, 11-23 shooting, 15 rebounds, 3 assists. She's amazing. She really is a hell of a good player. She unfortunately is just a hater too, right? So, Becky Hammon, after the game, in a post-game interview, a reporter asked Hammon about the parity of the league, and she responded, refusing to give credit to Caitlin Clark for the popularity of the WNBA. She made sure she brought Clark into it. I want you to watch their faces, especially Asia Wilson. If it doesn't tell you all you need to know about what it is Caitlin Clark's having to deal with right now with these WNBA players, I mean, she is so... We got a term here in Texas. She is so shitty. Right there, okay? Her attitude is so foul. I mean, it's hard to watch. So, watch this.
How great the league is from top to bottom. It's more than the Aces and the Liberty, and just, have the parity right now.
Well, I think there's a lot of good players in this league, and here's, if you're just a recent follower of women's basketball, this has been brewing for a while. Women's basketball, it's been like at this boiling point, building. And, our arena was sold out long before Caitlin was coming into the league. So I think women's basketball has just been on building. Now, she's a part of the tipping point, right? She's coming in at this time where it was ready to tip over, and her presence has tipped some things over. But there's been a lot of good work going on behind the scenes to get us to this point by a lot of other people. And I think, Caitlin is very gracious in mentioning those names too, and understanding the women that came before her to pave the way for this tipping point and this kind of great time to be a women's basketball player. But it's a great time because the product is great. And it's been great, and it's been building, and now that we have more eyes on it, freaking great. I think it's great for everybody. It's really hard to make a team anymore. And there's a lot of really great players. And I don't think it's just one super team. There's multiple teams with multiple all-stars across the league.
Wow. I mean, that's all you need to know. I got a video coming later. on Jason Whitlock because he come out and made some comments about Caitlin Clark and how he feels that this is, she talks about her arena being sold out. I mean, seriously? It's like, 11,000? I mean, Caitlin Clark's putting 18,000 people in the stands. And WNBA fans Caitlin Clark fans drug Becky Hammon over this. And it's crazy. So, here we go. Becky is wrong. Most casual fans couldn't care less about the WNBA. But Clark brought a whole new audience to the game. I've got ratings coming later in the day. And it's all you need to know. The difference between the games, it's all you need to know. Arenas are being sold out now. Before Clark, they weren't drawing flies. The problem is most girls who have been in the league will not admit it. A'ja Wilson, it was all over her face. She's so pissed she can't even see straight. The WNBA has been on NBA welfare for 30 years because they suck. This is the first year of any interest and is not them. It is Clark alone drawing the crowds. Truth hurts. Becky Hammon has an untruthful look on her face when she talked to Caitlin. She knows Caitlin is the reason for moving the needle. Becky has her team attacking Caitlin on the court. My lord, she's 22. Is Becky that threatened of her? The entire league seems to be, frankly. Are we still on this? The viewership numbers keep coming out, and we see who the folks are watching in droves and who are not being watched. Yes, the league was growing at a steady pace. It's at an exponential pace now. To deny that is flat out lying and hating. No, it hasn't been brewing. Laugh my ass off. I don't think it was brewing either. Most of this prior comment I agreed with, except I don't think it was growing at all. The ratings didn't reflect it. It truly didn't. No, it hasn't been brewing. Laughing my ass off. The WNBA is popular right now because of Clark. That's okay, except the new fans. No one is saying the talent isn't there. But she's basically saying, quote, the new viewers, a.k.a. the fans Clark brought to the league. Again, all you got to do is look at this graph. This is the interest. And Caitlin Clark is higher than the WNBA, period. Yeah, they had some little spikes last year. But, I mean, it was all pretty damn flat. And then, bam, the interest in the league went up with Caitlin Clark in general. Plain and simple. But Caitlin is dominating all of this. The fact that Caitlin Clark's the one that's bringing the interest to this league. And these coaches and players, I mean, Caitlin's not only having to deal with the unusually hard fouls and all of that. We're seeing that, okay? There's shots on the court. But it's all of this. You would think for a league that has bitched about nobody watching and about salaries, and it's a supply and demand issue. This is easy. The salaries aren't there because the interest hasn't been there and the viewership hasn't been there, making the television contracts not worth a shit. Well, now the interest is there, and the attendance is there, the merchandise sales is there, and the TV viewership is there, at least in Caitlin's games, and she's got to add like $100 million to the league, and these players are pissed off because of it. Yeah, sorry, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. Be mad. Be mad. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. Wow. Caitlin Clark is, for anybody that wants to be critical of her play on the court, she is dealing with something that these other players like A'ja Wilson and Brittany Griner and Diana Taurasi did not have to deal with. She's carrying this damn league on her back. And dealing with hateful-ass coaches and players, Cheryl Reeve, Becky Hammon, at the same time. And she's doing a hell of a job. I mean, 35, 6, 3, and 3. Only 3 other players ever put together her stat line the other day. And that was in her 8th game. 8th game in the league as a rookie. what she's done is pretty amazing, I think. It's one of the more amazing feats we've ever seen, I think, in sports. What we're witnessing right now is a phenomenon. It's wild. This is the kind of thing that the NBA, the phenomenon, Magic, Larry, Michael, had on the NBA, and we're watching it in real time in the time of social media, yada, yada, yada. It's awesome. It really is. It's wild. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching.